Welcome to Acquired Taste Podcast. We're back. It's your boy Dirty D.
It's your boy Tech Daddy.
And it's your girl Queen B.
That was a good one.
Yeah, it felt good. It felt nice. It felt real.
It's been a while.
Well, I feel like B, you haven't been on in a while.
I haven't. It's been
You had a couple weeks off.
Yeah, at least 2 episodes, I think.
Oh yeah, there you go. A little mini vacation from us.
I haven't seen you guys in like 3 weeks.
Have you defeated the ghost in your house?
No, not yet.
Okay, well, figure out the cricket portal.
Actually, yeah, the crickets have stopped. In their place is now snakes. So I don't know.
What?
I think that's worse.
What kind of fucking voodoo shit is this?
I don't know, man.
They must be using the same portal to get into your home.
I think so. I think
It makes
the snakes
sense.
ate the crickets and they found the portal and they're like, this makes sense.
Are they like garter snakes or something?
They're little garter snakes. They're like itty bitty little baby ones. But
Okay.
like my
Oh,
cat
man.
finds them and she, like, I'll wake up in the middle of the night and I'll just hear like a crash. She's just like
Oh,
doing one of these.
We really need to work on getting video because I wish our audience saw what the fuck you just did
that was perfect.
in front of us.
Oh god,
That was good stuff right there.
There's cat motions.
Yeah.
it's like
Skinny Paps.
somebody
Yeah,
listened to
skippity
like the fucking like somebody listens to the Catacombs episode. Some French fucking voodoo person
Yeah, man.
put a spell on you.
They should have put a spell on you, first of all.
I'm straight.
Crickets are for pussies.
They're afraid of me. They know what it is. So anyways, welcome to Quiet Taste Podcast. As Deej said, we are back. If you are new here, welcome. We talk about history and some other stuff. And some mystery. We had an episode about music recently. That was pretty tight.
That was fun.
That was a good episode, guys.
Yeah, that felt good. Thank you for
You're
that.
welcome.
That was good. I
Yeah.
felt good about that one. So yeah, if you're new, welcome. We appreciate you guys giving us a listen. We spent about 15 minutes about the bullshit and kind of chat a little bit, warm up, if you will. For those returning, hey guys, what's up?
What up?
Hi.
We've missed you.
I've
Forehead
definitely
kisses.
missed you because it's been a while since I've been here. So double forehead kisses.
Yeah, so if you guys are followers of us on social medias or on our various streaming services, you all get extra forehead kisses. And I hope that you wake up every morning and somebody hugs you and tells you that they're proud of you. Get you a forehead kiss. Yes. Anyway, well, we appreciate your listenership. We appreciate you guys coming back to check us out. And if you're new, we hope you guys enjoy us enough to come back again. We appreciate you as well. So to start off, we usually do some bullshit kind of questions. So, Deej, what you got for us, man? What's
You know,
what's on your mind?
I don't remember if I asked this last year, but I'm kind of gonna. I don't even care
Okay.
Revisit.
because that was a year ago.
Sure.
But it'll be a 2-part question.
Things are different. It's
yeah,
different
things
now.
it's
true.
different now. It is. So number one, for turkey, do you prefer white meat or dark meat?
Oh,
Oh, that's easy. Dark meat.
Dark meat.
I like white meat.
Yeah. I like dark meat as well.
The dark meat is good, but like it's so much work having to like pull out all the little weird gristly bits and stuff. I don't know.
What's your first go-to like with turkey? Like you just want just the white meat? That's it.
Yeah. So I'll usually do white meat, and it's like if I have dark meat, I'll like put it on a sandwich or something. So I'm not thinking so much about it.
I mean, it does go good on a sandwich.
It
I
is,
actually prefer
yeah.
white meat on my sandwiches because they're easier to cut and make a more appeasing looking sandwich.
Wow.
It is easier, but then it gets kind of dry on a sandwich.
You need that
You gotta
gravy.
cover it in gravy.
Yeah, that gravy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but again, I'm actually not a big turkey person either, though, on Thanksgiving. I actually prefer ham.
Ham. Yeah.
I'm a ham guy.
I love turkey.
Yeah. I mean, I love some dark meat, some ham, and honestly, my fucking Thanksgiving plate, like everything's mixed together.
Oh, you're one of those.
It's just.
Well, I just went to. Have you had the sleep burger at Kuma's? Oh my god!
You were just there, weren't you?
I was there yesterday.
Okay.
So me and Marina went yesterday, and it's basically it's a burger with a turkey patty, a tempura fried stuffing patty, cranberry sauce, gravy, sage, and then it's all on a pretzel bun.
Oh yeah, it's amazing.
And
That's
it's
ridiculous.
Literally so good, and we go every November because that's their November burger.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah, and I had the rest of it for lunch today.
Hell yeah.
Fire. You would like it because it's all the all this stuff mixed
Yeah,
together.
yeah, all that.
Yeah, that sounds good. I actually need to be in Chicago soon, so I might have to stop by there.
Do it.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I've something to do in Chicago. I forgot what it was, but I know I have to be there. Oh yeah, I'm finishing one of my tattoos,
Oh, nice.
which is going to be in Chicago.
Yeah, I'm getting tattooed
So
tomorrow,
yeah,
actually.
I'll be in Chicago for that. You got to eat before you get tattooed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know.
Keep your
Nice.
blood sugar up.
Yeah, people, if you have never got a tattoo before, make sure you eat before you go. Like that is required taste advice.
Yeah.
Because you will pass out
Drink some
and they will
water.
laugh at you.
Eat some food.
Yeah.
Don't do drugs.
Well,
no,
certain
depends.
drugs.
That
Yeah.
depends.
I wouldn't recommend. Now
Oh
we-
yeah,
now we
actually,
get
you know what?
tattooed.
That's
You
true.
make a good point.
It's part of the experience, I guess, right? That's your philosophy?
No,
No.
I think like the more you try to do to like stop the pain without the tattoo artist knowing, the worse it's going to be for you. Like if you want it to hurt less, get some numbing cream and do that. Otherwise, don't fucking take pills. Don't fucking get high. Don't get drunk before getting a
Oh,
tattoo.
a lot
Oh yeah,
of
don't
it's
never
like-
never
None
get
of
drunk
that
before you get
No,
tattooed.
because it's a blood thinner, and then you'll
Yeah,
just bleed
just
all
bleed
over.
everywhere,
the place,
right.
and
Because
that's
some
not
Like an
people,
asshole.
some people they're like, oh yeah, I'll take a couple fucking Vicodin before I go, or I'll have a couple shots. Like, don't do any of that. Just drink some water, eat some food, get some fucking numbing cream if you don't want to man
Right.
up. You know.
Yeah.
And then bring water with you too, because you're gonna get thirsty. I get thirsty.
Yeah, I'm getting tattooed tomorrow. Actually,
No shit, what are you getting?
yeah, I'm just finishing up some stuff in my thigh up here.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm gonna finish the backside of my arm.
Oh yeah.
I need. I think that's what I'm gonna. Once I get my bonus at work, I'm gonna spend it on a tattoo.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's time.
Yeah.
You haven't got a tattoo in a while.
I have not since this one.
When was that?
Oh God, 4 years ago.
Oof.
Yeah, I've been broke, man. I ain't got money for tattoos.
No, I feel that.
I got tattoo money.
Shit, dude. Student loans have taken my tattoo money,
Yeah.
bastards.
Okay, so part 2 of my question.
Okay, sorry about that. We got we'll slide right there.
Favorite side item for Thanksgiving?
Stuffing.
Stuffing? You got? Is it homemade stuffing? Like
Hell
like
yeah.
Mama makes some stuffing type shit.
I make it.
Ooh.
Oh,
I make it.
Oh.
all right. Do you put your
excuse me.
stuffing in the turkey, or do
No.
you? Okay,
No, it gets too dry in the turkey. First of all, second
Okay.
of all, you gotta to make sure your stuffing is like cooked enough
oh, that's true
because of the
temperature.
juices. Yeah, you gotta overcook the turkey. It's not a good idea for anyone. So I do it in a crock pot. I do like crock pot stuffing.
Crock pot stuffing. I've never had that.
Yeah, it's really good. And my
Feel free to bring me a plate.
I will. My secret ingredient is apples. You dice up teeny tiny little bits of apples.
Wow.
You put it in there. The apples get soft. They like soak into the stuffing. Gives it a little sweetness. It's so good.
You had my curiosity. Now you have my attention.
Yeah, I'll bring you some.
Oh yeah, I'll be right here. I don't go to anywhere for Thanksgiving, so like my friends have to feed me.
Really?
Yeah. Well,
I'm dead serious.
You don't go to your parents or anything?
No,
Why not?
it's a fucking 6-hour drive.
So
It's an
what-
8-hour
that's what you're
drive.
supposed to do for Thanksgiving.
Sounds
supposed,
terrible.
It's supposed to be terrible.
I sit on my couch. You know what I do for Thanksgiving? Every Thanksgiving,
What?
my friends bring me food, which is wonderful. Shout out to all my friends that have done that. You know, Dimey, you out there, appreciate you since. Lexi and Randall, appreciate y'all. Curtis, your mom always hooks me up. Appreciate you. There's a lot, by the way. I can keep going.
You probably eat more than any of us.
This is true, but not the point. Yeah, my Thanksgiving day starts off with me usually sleeping in, and then I wake up and watch all the Bob's Burgers Thanksgiving Day specials,
Oh,
and then I eat food and take naps, and then
nice.
repeat that the entire day, and until I go to sleep eventually, and then the next day.
see, as a woman, I generally have responsibilities on Thanksgiving that a lot of men don't necessarily have.
Yeah, that's true. I can see that. The more traditional families,
Yeah,
you
so-
in the kitchen,
Yeah. So we've got
barefoot, pregnant in the kitchen.
yeah, you can fuck off with that shit. So we're doing we normally do the family Thanksgiving, and then I'm doing mashed potatoes for that. But then me and my mom will do our own Thanksgiving. We'll make smaller amounts of all the food, so we have stuff for leftovers and for
Sure.
sandwiches and for all that stuff. So yeah,
That sounds good.
it's a lot. It's a lot of cooking.
Sounds like it.
Yeah.
Sounds like it. And also to answer your question, what my favorite Thanksgiving side is, it depends on where I get it from. So my family doesn't get together for the holidays anymore. That's a whole nother story that my therapist probably needs to hear. But if my aunt makes greens, I will fight anything for those. I will dive in the ocean, find a giant squid, and punch it in his fucking maw. Anyways,
The squid.
Like
has
if
the greens?
somehow the squid got a hold of like a bowl of like a Tupperware thing of greens, you'd be in there fucking
right, my half swimming ass.
like
will
Kevin
find it.
Costner from fucking Waterworld with a knife in your mouth, just
That's
like
exactly what I'm thinking about. Yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah.
gliding through the water.
Like a majestic dolphin
just
of
effortlessly.
rage.
It propels you.
Oh yeah.
That would be like
Sustains me.
that would be almost as scary as like seeing a great like if I was in the water and I like in the distance it was fucking just Aaron just like torpedo towards me with a knife in his fucking mouth.
So like you look over and there's a giant squid with a Tupperware of greens, and you're like, what the
What the
fuck?
fuck?
Yeah.
And then you look to the other side,
Yeah.
and here comes Aaron.
But yeah,
You're in the middle. You're
All
like,
hate.
yeah. Like if there was a shark on one side and Aaron on the other, I would swim towards the shark.
You should. You
Yeah.
should. I mean, if it between me and food, man, I'm sorry. It's gets a little ugly. Anywho, so yeah, my aunt's greens will be number one. Or if somebody makes a good baked mac and cheese, I'll fuck up some mac and
Ooh,
cheese any
okay.
heartbeat.
Nice.
What you got, Deej? What you
yeah,
feeling?
what's your favorite?
Man, mashed potatoes.
Oh, yeah.
For sure.
Okay.
My mom always makes extra because I will fucking eat like a plate of just mashed potatoes.
Okay.
How do you
it's-
like them?
However my mom makes them.
Does she use like traditional like potatoes, or is it like red potatoes, or what?
Yeah,
like,
just traditional potatoes.
like
Yeah.
Idaho?
Russet, regular, white potatoes.
Just regular. Yeah, regular
Okay.
potatoes. Yeah.
Right on.
Yeah, nothing
I mean,
fancy.
I've had your mom's food before, so I can imagine
Yeah.
whatever it is
Like, 'cause
amazing.
my mom would always have me and my brother peel potatoes because her hands are all like messed up, and it was always some big dumbass fucking.
Oh, yeah,
potatoes.
Yeah, those are russets.
Yeah.
I'm doing Yukon Golds this year.
Ooh.
Yeah.
All right.
Getting fancy.
Just over here, high class in it. Don't have
Fancy
tattoo money,
with
but you got potato money.
Well, I actually got I bought the turkey for my grandparents this year, and I got that shit for 49 cents a pound.
All right.
Oh shit!
All right.
Yep, $9 for a 20-pound turkey.
That's not bad at all.
No, Meyer. Got
Yeah,
that and
my-
perks.
My job gives us a turkey every year. They give us a turkey, and then they give us an option to either take cash. They give us either like $100, or they give us like a fucking 20-pound ham.
Damn.
You could pick like between either one.
I mean,
I never get the
Wow.
ham because I don't
yeah,
have.
I'm paying $100. Like, the fuck you mean?
Yeah, really.
Yeah, I never take because some dudes take the ham because they're family, like they're gonna be
Well, that
cooking
makes sense,
for a big
yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
But like, you can buy a big old ham with like less than $100.
Less than $100, right? I feel like
I may be-
nowadays, who the fuck knows?
I may be
Actually,
mistaken
That's
about
true.
the weight, but they basically give you like
like a whole ass pig.
yeah, like yeah. Felipe from work, shout out to Felipe. He'll never listen to this, but he always takes the pig's head to do some fucking shit with it. I don't know.
probably boil it,
man.
probably render it down
That is too much.
because there's a lot of good meat inside of that if you render it out, boiling it and shit.
You've eaten pig's brains over here?
Never the brains, but I've had pig's head before.
Eyeballs.
I would try it. A little sauce. Anywho,
Good protein right there. Right?
I'm sure it's probably tasty.
A lot
I
of
mean,
nutrients, you know.
but I mean, there's a lot of meat shit in the pig's head. You just gotta boil it out, render it out. It's the easiest way to get to it, really.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Y'all are wild.
I just be curious. I can't help that. I'd be curious and hungry. All right, I'm hungry right now. Like, I don't know.
Ooh, you know what side I forgot about? Deviled eggs.
Ooh.
Okay. All right. Let's go back to that. All
I,
right.
I fuck
All
with
right.
deviled eggs.
Hell yeah.
You know, and shout out to Allie. I think she actually does listen to us because she actually for
Allie
my
listens to
birthday.
us.
My birthday, whenever I have a party here, she always brings over deviled eggs.
Hell yeah.
Whenever I have a party at the
Hell
house,
yeah,
like she'll
Allie.
bring like a
That's
plate
what
of
I'm
like
Allie.
about.
normal ones and then jalapeno ones,
Yes.
and they're both delicious. But it was my birthday during COVID, and obviously I couldn't do shit because everything was closed and lying down, all that shit was going on, and she calls me like, "Hey, I dropped off something at your front door for your birthday. It was a 6-pack of beer and deviled eggs."
Oh,
And I ate the shit out of them deviled eggs.
that's awesome.
And I drink a beer. I'm like, this is a great day for me.
That's the best.
It was great. So shout out to Allie for that. But yeah, I will forever fuck up deviled eggs. They are.
Yes.
Yeah, we can have that as a required taste favorite.
Oh yeah, I think we can all agree on that.
Can we put that
Deviled
on
eggs.
a t-shirt? Just
Yeah.
like a shirt with a deviled egg on it.
You know what it is. It's just 2 blind mice and a bee hovering around it. Like, you know what this is. We really need to start working on some merch one day.
I know,
like some actual designs. We have so
good
many good
stuff.
ideas. If you are an artist, hit us up, please. Like, we have ideas and money to pay you.
Yeah.
I'm here.
Yeah. Artists, holler.
Right. Holla at us. Holla at us.
Yeah.
We appreciate you. Anywhu, what we talking about today, man?
Today, this was one of your picks, actually, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Today we're going to talk about Easter Island.
And the Polynesians.
Not Eastern Island, but Easter Island. And we'll tell you exactly why it's called Easter Island. This story is kind of fucking. It's not really a story. It's just like how fucking far away this island is from everything, and then just a lot of weird shit happening going into that.
Yep.
So Easter Island is pretty much about 2,300 miles away from any land close to it. It's the coast of Chile lies 2,300 miles to the east of it. Tahiti, 23 miles to the northwest, and the nearest island with a total population of 54 people is Pitcairn Island, which is like 1,400 miles west of it. Something
54
like that.
people?
Yeah, that'd be wild, dude.
Yeah, it's a very, 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 very small fucking island. And but Polynesia is like the Polynesian people are just like they're just spread across all these tiny little islands. And all these islands were discovered because Polynesian people were very great sea travelers. They were super fucking good at it. They would make these little rafts or canoes out of the materials they had on the islands and stone tools that they made. And these motherfuckers would get on a goddamn raft and travel for like thousands of miles. And the way that allegedly they would find land is they would take crows with them on their boats. They would. Have you guys ever heard the phrase? What is it? As the crow flies. This is what it's referencing to, because they would take crows with them on the rafts, and then when they would get out to sea, they would release the crow, and the crow would fly towards the nearest land, and they would follow the crow.
I always thought that meant like a measure, kind of like a measurement of distance in like a straight line. Like it's 5 minutes away if you take the like windy roads, but it's 2 minutes away as the crow flies, meaning like straight across with no interruptions.
I mean, that kind of makes sense too, because I mean, they would just kind of like let it crow up, and it would just go straight direct towards an island, you know. So maybe that kind of.
It's very Noah's Arky too. For all my all my Christian homies out there.
Right. So yeah, I looked it up too. It is about navigation. It is navigation for ships.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I didn't think they used crows. I've heard that they used birds before, but I didn't know it was crows.
Yeah, that was an interesting one. I mean, crows are insanely fucking smart.
Oh yeah, they're really intelligent.
And they use a whole fucking, isn't it like magnetism or something like that? How do magnets work? I don't know.
Same with the crows work.
Well, it's like the same with all birds. They have like polar sensitivity or whatever, so they know. But I mean, I guess when you're up really high, you can also see where land is too.
Yeah.
So, man, I want to like befriend a crow.
Oh man,
you should.
Just over time,
have fun with that.
I should do that.
I mean, you already have snakes, cats.
Yeah.
You got a dog.
Yeah.
I mean,
There's
why
this
not?
black cat that's been like hanging around my house. I haven't befriended him yet, but
I know you're working on it.
we're on our way.
yeah, you probably should.
Yeah.
Friends like that.
So
You need all the help you can get.
I know.
This is
I was just looking up real quick because I thought the first time I heard about birds and navigation was with the Vikings, but it said that they actually use ravens.
Oh wow.
So in the family,
Ravens are cool as hell too.
ravens were really cool.
Do we like have ravens around here? I feel like there's not a lot of ravens around here.
I don't know if we have ravens or crows around here. What do we, DJ? You on this one?
Blackbirds.
We do. Yeah. I don't know which one it is because they are different.
See,
Yeah.
I don't, because the Polynesians, it says, was like sailing hundreds of years before Europeans. So I don't know really like who would have first developed that tactic, you know? It says, according to history.com, they arrived at Easter Island but somewhere between 7 and 800 AD. And they can estimate that to be around the year 400, you know?
It could just be one of those things that's like, you know, like a common sense thing. Like birds go up high, take bird on boat, bird go fly to land.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
So about your question about if we have ravens or crows in our area, we actually have the American crow.
Oh, cool.
There are four species of crows and 45 species worldwide. but the American crow is what we got.
But we don't have ravens.
No, ravens are not present in the Midwest.
Oh man, did you know ravens can talk? Like talk? They can like mimic human speech.
Ooh, shit.
Like uncanny.
That's wild.
Yeah. There's a raven on TikTok, and the girl will be talking to her like pet raven, and she'll be like, "Hi," and he's like, "Hey."
Jesus Christ. Got a fucking
You're
Adam's
like,
apple
what
and
the
everything.
hell was that?
Say, hey, what's up? What's good?
Jeez.
The first king of Easter Island that would have been established would have been Sir Hoto Matua, a ruler from a Polynesian subgroup. Which, like I said, there's a lot of islands, a lot of different subgroups of Polynesians. So this says it's from the Marquise, or is that how you say it? Yeah, it looks like the Marquise Islands. So that's the subgroup he came from.
Sounds French.
It does sound French. So his ship kind of traveled a long ways. Like I say, he took a bunch of dudes on a fucking raft. They traveled from Anakenna, one of the few islands that's around there, landed there first, and then ended up on Easter Island.
Right. So, and even with that, they were sailing these canoes. Essentially, they had canoes. He brought a few people with him from his island. The story that I heard about it was that there was actually a war between some tribes, and he left. So
Yeah.
he was like, "Yeah, this y'all over here fighting. I'm just gonna go.
He's
Like,
"This- I don't like
anybody
this
coming
vibe,
with me?
man."
Like, y'all want to go and find some shit to do
Yeah, he's
over
like,
that way,
I'm not really trying to do this,
right?" And
I'm
then
a
what
lover,
was the
not a
analogy?
fighter.
I was trying to find the analogy for it. I heard an analogy about this before, like the odds of finding Easter Island, because even from
Oh, yeah.
because you're at sea level trying to find it. And I read when I was researching this, a dude said that your average view is between like 4 or 6 miles when you're sailing a ship, so or when you're sailing a boat, ship, whatever the fuck,
Unless you
Yeah.
got
Unless
them
you-
crows
or that.
finding
You know
shit
what?
for
That
you.
makes so much sense. That's why they
Yeah.
call the top of the ship the crow's nest.
Nice.
Making connections.
Boom. Hit the fucking dun. Hit it.
Hey. And we're back to pirates.
That makes sense. It's time.
Polynesian pirates. Goddamn.
Oh yeah,
It's time.
Polynesian ghost pirates.
It all comes together. So yeah, unless you have like a crow's nest or a crow, it was hard to see anything past a few miles. So like the odds of them finding Easter Island, I mean, if it's 10 miles away from you, you don't even see it.
Yeah. The analogy I read was like if you had 10 football fields spread across, connected, and you took a helicopter and you flew over the middle and dropped a quarter.
Damn.
And that would be Easter Island, wherever that quarter landed.
Yeah, if you ever look at a map, it's pretty much like that. And then water.
Yeah.
A lot of water.
It's pretty fucking far.
With my luck, that quarter would like plonk me right in the head.
No, because the universe doesn't want you to be richer.
It would knock me out. And as I'm laying on the football field, some kid comes up and is like, "Oh, a quarter."
It leaves you there
leaves me
for dead.
Now, this battle you were talking about, so the two groups that I read about was the long ears and the short ears. Mm-hmm. These Polynesians.
Why are they called that?
Well, you have the statues to show which one's left.
Okay.
So there's that.
I don't know why I imagined this way and not this way.
Well, there's a lot of different claims too. We'll get into it towards the end about some conspiracy theories and stuff. But there was like claims that these people had different bone structures. Their skulls were different.
Okay.
One was more elongated than the other, so they had long ears and short ears. And this was the battle Aaron was referring to. You know, these motherfuckers were like, you short-eared motherfucker.
Like, you long here,
It's
motherfucker.
like, you wish you had long ass ears like this.
Right,
You got
majestic.
some short ears. He's like, well,
Majestic.
you got some long ears.
Right. It's majestic.
Yeah, and they were
He's
doing
like, yeah, it matches my dick.
and they were doing dumb shit. Like, I was reading the story that they were, obviously this is all like fucking, hearsay, but like they were like, they would like dig a hole, like the long-eared guys, and they would like put a bunch of spikes and shit in there and cover it with grass. And they would like try to coax the Shorty
Jesus.
is like,
Man, you don't even have to be like a different
ridiculous.
color than someone to be racist.
Just,
You just find one difference and you freak out
those
about
freaking
it.
Vietnam tactics right there, man. Jeez, dude.
oh god.
Do you think that's how dogs feel about each other? That have like dogs that have up ears and then dogs that have down ears?
I don't think dogs care, but I feel like dolphins would be the most racist animal we have.
It's like I hate
Yeah.
you, motherfucker.
I'm pretty sure if dolphins could speak, it'd be a hate crime on site.
Dolphins are wild, man. Dolphins
Yeah.
do some crazy shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can. That's a whole nother episode.
We'll not get into that right
That's a
now.
whole other episode, really.
Yeah. Episode
So,
about SeaWorld later.
oh, jeez.
Yeah, and see, I'm not,
So, like you were saying with Hatu Matua, long ears, short ears, whatever the fuck. They did travel. So they traveled 2,500 miles from their home to reach Easter Island, which is pretty far to go on a freaking canoe.
Yeah.
yeah,
So-
and like if you watch them fucking videos, you ever watch some creepy, scary videos where it's like the big ships in just the middle of the ocean, just
Oh
like
yeah, man.
doing like a fucking straight up like 90,
and it's that
up in the
TikTok
air.
sound that's like yo.
Yeah, that creepy shit.
Oh man, those are crazy.
And they actually compared it to the Easter Island being half the size of Detroit. So if you're on a canoe in the middle of the ocean trying to find an island half the size of Detroit.
Jeez.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
Exactly.
I had how big it was because it's only like 64 square miles or something.
You can
like that.
you can pretty much walk around it if you ran a marathon. Like you can get most of the way.
Yeah, like maybe like 7 miles across. I think
Something like that.
The longest way. You
Yeah.
know, it's not really that big.
Well, look that up. I'm gonna keep going.
yeah.
So the people that end up finally settling on the island were referred to as the Rapa Nui people. This happened in between 300 and 1200 AD. So they might be close to 1200. The problem is that they keep finding things that are narrowing down the actual time that they were able to settle there.
Yeah, the thing is like they have like a Tahitian dialect, but it's so fucking broke down and spread out. Like even when they do find tablets or anything, it's so fucking hard to decipher. So they have really no solid information,
Oh
you
man.
know,
That
of what
sucks.
is what. You know. Also, it's 14 miles. It's a triangle, so it's 14 by 7. Is that right? Yeah. Forming a triangle of 14 miles long and by 7 miles wide. Yeah, 63 square miles.
Yeah, it's not very large.
It's a little guy, little pequeño.
Yeah, so the odds of them finding this place were astronomical, and that's part of the reason why. So once they were able to settle there, the thing that makes Easter Island so famous and so infamous, not just the fact that people were able to find this seemingly by a stroke of luck, was the fact that they have these statues there called the Moai. Which were made in various sizes, various shapes and sizes. But the thing about the long ears with the short ears, the statues, I believe, have long ears.
Yes, they do.
Right, like really, really long ears. Because the heads are infinitely larger than the bodies. So,
Yeah, they are. Fucking dork ass looking.
yeah, they
statues.
look like cartoon characters. Like if you
They do, yeah.
imagine like a ridiculous like cartoon
Well,
character.
it's Squidward's house in SpongeBob.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's one of them. Yeah.
yeah. Like Johnny Bravo without the
Yeah,
hair.
yeah,
And,
Oh jeez.
So I'm looking at a map of like Tahiti and Fiji and all this stuff. Easter Island is just this teeny tiny little speck.
Yeah, like you need like an arrow to point to it.
Yeah, you do. Well, it's got this big red box around it because you would probably just assume it's like dust on your screen.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
It's little.
So, part of the credit we got to give the Polynesian people, like you said before, they do navigate with crows. They also use the stars to navigate as well. And because I think they originated in like Thailand or that area, Thailand, Philippines,
Yeah,
and then went
yeah.
the way south. They made it as far as New Zealand, like with canoes, like with fucking canoes.
That's crazy, man.
Fucking wild.
Our family used to go on canoe trips down a river, and it was like a mile long, and I was like ready to die afterwards. I was like, this sucks.
Yeah. They would have left your ass.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, man, get your
I'm like, I'm hungry.
like, hey, what's that over there?
Where are the snacks? Are we there yet?
Let's turn this canoe around.
My crow is bored.
Starts pecking you in the face.
Yeah, there's a lot of interesting facts about these statues.
Yeah, so I'm gonna start diving into that.
Yeah.
So like I said before, they're called the Moai. They were made to honor ancestral gods or to honor the person who founded the island, which was the chief Hatu Matua. There's a lot of different rumors about who they could be, but they are in various shapes and sizes. Like some were wider, some were taller. The tallest one they found so far is 33 feet tall, and weighs 82 tons.
Jeez.
So yeah, they're very, very heavy. And the thing that makes them even crazier is that because the Polynesians or because the Rapa Nui people were so isolated from everybody else in the world, while they were doing this, so let's say like this is like 1250. Well, they were made between 1250 and 1500 AD. While they were doing this, the rest of the world had advanced. So we're talking about they're building these statues with stone tools because that's all they knew.
Yeah.
Well, like
everyone else like driving cars.
I mean, it's like between the 1250 and 1500s. I mean, they already invented like that's what Bronze Age.
Yeah, they probably started forging.
That's past the Bronze
shit,
Age.
yeah.
Actually, we're talking about like didn't they have gunpowder already?
Yeah, probably.
So like. We're blowing. Europe is blowing shit up,
and they're just like, "Look at our statues."
Right, I have a stone axe. I made this. What have you done today?
It's really big.
Right. What have you done today? Lazy. So they were.
Is this me right here?
Yes, that is you.
Oh, that popped up loud.
Whoa.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. How dare you?
I thought I had it on mute here.
You did not.
Crazy ass.
Mm-hmm. So, like I said before, they were in various sizes. The thing is that these statues, I mean, to this day, they're so crazy to look at. I mean, like just the dimensions of the bodies, which are mostly buried. The dimension of the head, like everything looks so real, and then so like what the fuck at the same time. That's why people were drawn to them. Most of the statues are actually facing inland. There are, or at least were, 10 statues that were facing out to the ocean, which were most people who see pictures of them, the ones facing the ocean are the ones that I'm referring to now. One of the things with these statues, and also one of the things that ended up fucking these people over and getting them stuck on this island, was that in order to create these statues, they were using, again, stone tools, and the rock itself was made out of volcanic. What was it? Oh, I should have wrote that down. That's my fault. Whoopsie.
Look, some of them have hats.
Oh yeah, they do have little hats.
Look at the hats.
It's not even little, it weighs several tons.
Yeah, they're like massive hats.
Will kill anybody that falls on.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, some of them have like real long noses and long ears, and then some of them are short, little. They got like these little short faces. Oh, this guy's got nipples. Look at.
Well, that can't be unseen.
Ooh,
Thanks for that.
You're
so
welcome.
it was actually made out of solidified ash. I did write it down. Like I mentioned before, most of them are actually full body statues as well. The bodies themselves are usually hidden underneath the earth, or the dimensions are so odd you really can't see the rest of it. So they in order to create the tools they need to make these, the canoes they needed for fishing, the wood they needed to transport these statues from where they were made at to the other parts of the island where they were standing at, they deforested their own island.
Can't do that.
No, you're on a fucking island.
Yeah.
You had an ecological disaster that you created yourself. So, because there were no more canoes and there's no more wood, they got stuck there.
Yeah.
I think it's called ecocide. I think the term is.
So I feel like
Yeah, that works.
I feel like I've referenced this before, but there's this game I play called Don't Starve. There's like the shipwrecked version.
Oh,
and
yeah.
they start you out on an island, and if you like run out of wood or you don't have enough wood or whatever to make yourself a boat, your game just ends.
Yeah.
Because you can't do anything.
That's it. Yeah.
So imagine a whole lot of people
Yeah.
on this island. So it's crazy because if you look at the amount of statues that they made, and we're still finding them to this day, which is crazy to me. They made between 900 and 1,000 of these statues
Wow.
using stone era tools, Stone Age era tools.
I mean, like I get it, like honor your gods or whatever, but
Because
like,
religion makes people do wild things.
I guess like build a pyramid like everybody else.
I don't No, if they could have.
What I think is hilarious is that these statues, it is agreed upon that they have been torn down and rebuilt even by rival clans.
So
Aw,
that's part of it
rude.
too, and that's not the only people that did it either. So
That's so fucking crazy. Like you build all these statues and then you get your fucking shit pushed in.
Somebody just comes and like,
Yeah. Then they conquer you and they're like, "What do we do now?" And
Knocks
he's
it
like, "We
over.
build bigger statues, bigger heads,
like put them
harder
back.
to push down.
deeper in the ground."
And it's weird because there are rumors that say like rival clans or people have pushed them over, but these things weighed a lot. Like we're talking tons and tons of weight
Yeah.
to push over. So how did they knock them over?
They did
They
an
did one of those.
experiment.
They did one of those jumps where you like jump and kick. You know,
A drop kick?
Just to try-
no, like your whole body. You jump your whole body. And then
Oh, cross body block.
yeah. That's how they.
They built a statue and ran with it sideways just to knock down.
That explains the hats.
Oh shit!
Yeah, the hats.
That
damn it.
explains the hats. Those are battering
Yeah,
rams.
they did an experiment years later. I believe it was after they discovered the bodies. We'll get into that, like when they actually discovered that. But they got a group of like 16 guys, and they were like going to use rope. We're going to hoist this fucking statue up and everything, and they were able to move it. But in doing so, they fucked up the statue, like scraping the fuck out of it. You know what I mean? A lot of friction, shit like that, which these statues didn't have.
Yeah.
So
And like that's so crazy because people it's so weird to like think back on those days when it seems like they're so primitive because they don't have the technology that we had, but they're like in reality incredibly smart people who were able to figure things out that like we can't figure out, you know?
yeah,
It's wild.
yeah,
I mean
from
they weren't smart enough to not deforest their island, but
yeah. But I get what you're saying. Like from an engineering standpoint,
yeah.
yeah.
Like, you know, we can't even figure it out to this day. So like
Yeah. Big ass heads. So, like you're mentioning, these they did. There was an era where people were the statues were getting knocked over. Some did say that it could have been caused by like natural disasters, like earthquakes and stuff like that. Could have knocked them over, which I can see that happening. Natural disasters you can't beat nature no matter what you do. So
do
even with 80-ton giant heads,
Yeah.
you can't beat nature. So
undefeated,
right.
undefeated.
So they did actually re-erect 50 of the moai to this day have been re-erected that were
like they found them knocked over. Okay.
and just put like all right big fella, just gonna
Set
fix
you
you here.
back up there.
Gonna fix you here. That was going the re-erection of these were going on between 1722 and 1868. So that's damn near now. We're getting into like the more modern era where people were starting to travel there more often and notice the statues were knocked over. But there is, of course, the darker side to their island being discovered as well, because well, you know how Europeans are when they find brown people,
Oh no.
when they find not white people in an area.
Oh man. I mean, I knew it was coming, but
Yeah, no, because they can't have shit nice.
no,
You know,
can't.
Can't do it.
nope. So, in 1862, there was a issue with slavery on the island, where people were coming and raiding the island and capturing slaves. And those people, pretty sure were the Dutch.
It was the Dutch.
Of course, it was the Dutch.
I mean, they're the ones who started the damn slave trade. Nobody gives a shit about it. Just saying.
Assholes.
Yeah, it was a Dutch admiral named Jacob Roggeveen.
Fuck you, Jacob.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and he had paid a visit on Easter Sunday in 1722.
Easter
It was
Island.
April 4th, I believe, which is why it's called Easter Island.
That's lame.
Yeah, fucking. How do you do a Dutch accent again? You said it was like
It's like Swedish. I
It's
think.
almost Swedish, yeah.
He's like, oh yeah, with the big statue, yeah, the big ears. I like. Yes, this is good. Yes.
That's German, my guy.
You
But
know
okay.
what?
Well, it's higher pitched. Like
Oh,
German,
yeah,
German
yeah.
is lower pitched. Swedish.
Yeah, I gotta
is
give.
like
Yeah, that's
up there
true.
more.
I got to do more
Yeah.
when I'll work on that next time.
Next, well, yeah, we're gonna consider around that.
The Swiss.
Look at these
This
brown
is
people with the little statues.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Oh, the Swiss.
Would you like to come with us, brown people?
The statues and the stone and the ash, yes.
And then they had guns.
Kill them all.
You guys don't have any trees here. Where all your trees go?
So they ended up getting back to the terrible story of slavery and the Dutch. So yeah, like I said, they were raiding the island for slavery. Took a bunch of people away and enslaved them in various places around the world. And the people that were left were leaderless, defenseless, and overall just fucked. They were hungry. Took all their strong working people away. Left them with no leaders.
Yeah.
No boats. Bunch of statues.
Yeah, they didn't leave very many of them either.
Yeah. No. He really didn't.
Unfortunate.
It was like 100 people or some shit like
Something
that.
like that, yeah.
Yeah, like not, it was under 200, but more than 100.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So then, as Europe does, well, we fucked you guys over. Here's some Christianity. And missionaries showed up. Like again,
Damn.
hey, wait. There's brown people there?
Missionaries.
Like, well, we took the good ones. Give them some Jesus. So they sent
Give us some Jesus. We'll trade you Jesus.
and they did. So now after missionaries to go there, a lot of people started practicing Christianity, which then caused their culture to be pretty much destroyed. Sounds familiar?
I think I've heard this before. I heard this before.
I mean, if you ever heard about Africa,
I've never heard about literally anywhere.
Anywhere with not white people, yes. So the missionaries go there. They started practicing Christianity, which then made them get rid of their heritage. So their body paint was banned. Their tattoos were banned. You had to be a good Christian person now and have no fun, apparently, and missionary sex. Because again, no fun apparently, and then to add insult to injury, the Christians took most of their land.
Short ear motherfuckers.
The round-eyed motherfuckers at this point. Yeah, so that was the other part of it too. So they destroyed the culture and took their land because they are to the people. So fuck you, apparently. And that is...
And I feel like that happened with all the Polynesian islands.
It pretty much did, because I think Easter Island's part of Chile now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is.
Now, from what I was reading, and there's a lot going on with this, so I can't really speak too deeply on it, because I don't want to be wrong and misquote, what's happening right now. But I was reading somewhere that the Rapa Nui people are trying to gain independence.
That would be nice.
And get their lands back.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, we were just talking recently in our Hawaii episode about like there's some groups of people in Hawaii who are trying to do that too, but that's probably not.
Yeah, no,
it's not likely.
They lit your whole island on fire just to make sure that's not gonna happen. Oh wait, I wasn't supposed to say that, was I?
Oops.
Oh well, whatever.
Just kidding.
Well, that's fine. What's done is done, anyways. And then, of course, because Europe can't have nothing, you can't be brown and keep your own shit. Mm-hmm. Look at Egypt. Anyways, 10 plus, they don't have an official number, 10 plus moai have been taken from the island and can be found in the Louvre in Paris and the British Museum in London.
Of course it's in the British Museum.
Or the Louvre.
Jesus.
God damn it.
Yeah, the British Museum is just a really large building of theft.
Did you hear about like somebody stole a bunch of stuff from the British Museum and was like selling it on eBay? And so like a historian stumbled upon this stuff that was being sold, and he contacted the British Museum and he's like, "Hey, there's someone selling stolen shit from your museum on eBay." And they're like, "Nuh-uh, fuck you."
No
We
way.
stole it first.
Yeah. And they totally didn't believe him. And he's like, all right, whatever.
Guess I'll go fuck myself, and that's fine.
Guess I'll go buy some, ancient artifacts for $28 on eBay plus shipping.
This is why I want to go out there. Like, we got to travel out there, go to a pub, and just start a fucking fight. It's like, this is for the Polynesians. And just fucking uppercut
get
one
some
of those
revenge.
cocksuckers.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
This is for Easter Island, bitch.
Yeah, that's about right.
Gonna go long ear on your ass.
I was trying to find this quote because it always reminds. Like, whenever I think about the British Museum or any museum really that's stolen shit from other cultures, I can't help but think back to Black Panther. Like, did you guys see that the first one?
No.
You need to go watch it, DJ. First and foremost, what
You
the fuck
haven't
you're
seen
doing?
Black Panther?
No.
Oh,
That's
it's
real weird.
so good.
There's a lot of Marvel movies I haven't seen, actually.
It's a. I get that. It's a lot. Like
There are a lot of Marvel movies. I get that was one of the better ones though.
it was. It was a really good one.
I never saw the second one though. I wasn't in the mood to cry when it first came out, so I haven't.
I didn't see the second one.
It's on streaming. Yeah, it's get there. Yeah, it's on Disney Plus. I just haven't watched it because when it first came, I'm like, man, like I don't feel like crying right now, so I'm not gonna watch this. So I didn't. I'm in an emotionally better place now, so I need to sit down and watch it.
Because that's the one without Chadwick Boseman, right?
Yeah, that's the one where he's passed. Yeah, and they do what they have a whole memorial for him in the movie. Like, I'm not ready for that. You know what I'm saying? Not emotionally prepared.
Me neither.
That's why they go see it in the theater. Grown ass man crying and shit. Anyways, nobody cares about a grown man
You would
crying.
be the only one.
I know. It's fine. A bunch of black folks crying in the movie theater. Anyways, but in the movie where he's in the museum, he asks the curator or whoever she was at the museum, like how much for these items? It's like, oh, well, they're not for sale. And he says, how do you think you guys got these? Did you pay a fair price? Like, get them.
So yeah, they weren't for sale when you took them either.
Yeah, they weren't for fucking sale. And that's what drives me nuts about even with the Moai being gone, because we actually have some in America, but ours are casts of them. So we took like a mold and then took the mold to America and left the things where they were.
Left the actual things.
Yeah. So there's I think there's like a few in California. I forgot where else I read that you can go see this at. There's none in Chicago, which is unfortunate because that would have been cool. Like to go see like a cast of one.
That would be cool.
Yeah, but they probably travel. You know how most things go. Like especially like they'll probably exhibit for something. You know.
Yeah, they're real big though, so I can imagine they're probably hard to. Even a cast would be like difficult to move around.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, it probably weighs a couple thousand. You're right, but yeah. So they've been in recovery now. Their main thing is tourism. So they're kept afloat because of tourism, which I'm sure was affected during COVID months, of course. It's also not easy to get there. So
Yeah.
it's still middle of the ocean.
You got to go by canoe.
Yeah.
I will never be there. Just leave my fat ass in the ocean.
You can rent a crow.
Like, how long do you think that took? Like,
I
God
can
damn,
imagine
man.
a long time.
Oh, to travel the what was it? 2,500 miles
Yeah.
by canoe.
By fucking canoe.
25. I'm sorry, 2.5 thousand. So yeah,
Pull up Google Maps.
it might break my computer doing that.
You know where it's like you can choose if you're on a bike or you're walking or driving. Select the canoe option.
Google just has a canoe option ready for this exact conversation. Goodness. Well, yeah, that was my tale about about Easter Island. It's unfortunate, of course, what happens to them, but at least they have been in recovery since then, and they've been able to reconstruct some of the statues that fell over, and we're still finding them. Like we're still finding more.
So are they like buried? The ones
Some
that we're
of them
still
are.
finding? Okay. Because you
Yeah.
think it's a very small island.
Yeah.
You would think if they're above ground, we could just be like,
Oh, there's one.
They didn't even.
yeah.
They didn't even find the bodies to the statues till like the 50s.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
I feel like I knew that. Like they didn't know that the statues had bodies until some archaeologist
Yeah.
was like, "Hey guys, let's dig."
Yeah, like what's underneath this thing, anyways? It's like, holy crap, this thing has abs.
See, has
hey, would you
nipples?
look at that? He's like, hey, Bob, come here, take a look at that.
Right?
Is that a titty?
Is that a nipple?
And then they kept digging because
God
at
damn.
that
Like, well, what
point-
else does it have?
Yeah.
Now, I kind of want to get over to my favorite part about shit like this, the conspiracy.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah, there you go.
Fuck me up.
One of them, I love this conspiracy theory, is giants on Easter Island.
Okay.
So there's always a big thing about giants being on islands for some reason.
Okay.
It's always one of the theories. They said that giants was the reason these statues were built and moved, which we know to be isn't true. These statues were carved by the Polynesians, they took a lot of time building each statue. I think they estimated like each statue took like a year to make. Like, but there's so many reports of people seeing giants on islands. It's like a big fucking thing with, especially for seafaring people. You know,
if you look at the story of what was it? The Odyssey, the Greek Odyssey. There were giants in that.
yeah.
Yes, because that is 100% historical recollection.
But also, it's just, you know, the irony of there's so much with that book that's just like beyond belief because it was written by a dude who didn't even live during that time period.
Yeah.
Anyways, not the point. It was a good story, all right? And there were giants involved in that story. There were giants in the fucking Bible. So,
There were giants in the Bible.
So
yeah.
like, there's that. There were.
Did you ever look a whole lot into like the whole Nephilim thing?
Yeah, it's a lot.
It's what?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, and there's been a lot of evidence found over the years of larger bones, human bones, skulls, femurs, stuff like that. You know,
We should do an episode about giants because there's a lot of stories about them, especially if you look at even Mexico. South America, the giants down there with those pyramids. They thought like because we have pyramids around the world that are kind of similar. They thought they were all built by giants, essentially.
yeah.
Well, I mean, it would be a lot easier for a giant to build a pyramid. Normal size.
Not the ones in Egypt though. The other ones.
all the other ones. Yeah, we should do a episode about giants and pygmies.
That's dope.
Yeah.
I like that. I like that a lot because there's so many like newly discovered like groups of like tiny people they keep finding.
Yes, it's real. It's a real thing.
I mean, I live with one. Damn it.
Yeah, that's my favorite conspiracy one. Another one, of course, we got to mention it. Aliens.
Yeah, of course.
Of course.
It's also a big fucking theory. Aliens, fucking same thing with the pyramids. You know,
Is this why you're growing your hair out again so you can be the aliens guy?
aliens. I was doing that a lot, wasn't I?
You were.
Aliens.
You were feeling it, man.
You got to look a little more unhinged when you say it.
Yeah, I gotta
Yeah.
turn my shit like that. Cause so like you look at any like megalithic structure that's always like one of the bases is aliens because it's always a mystery. How did they move it? How did they build it so fast? How did it last so long? You know, when
Because
we
people
can't
just can't fathom that ancient people could, you know, think about things.
Ancient brown people.
Ancient brown people, yeah.
So never,
They didn't know anything. They didn't even have gunpowder.
right? You don't ever hear people like, oh, aliens build blah 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 in Europe.
Aliens built the Statue of Liberty.
Oh man, that reminds me. Another topic I want to get into is the World's Fairs.
Ooh, that's
the
a
one in
good
Chicago?
one.
All of them.
Yes.
Sure.
Because there's a big fucking thing I want to get into with that.
Hell
has to do
yeah.
with this.
Write
I think
that
that'd be
down.
fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Put it on the wall.
That's
That's
a
gonna be a
good
good
one.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll get to that.
So the aliens one is kind of not really much to say about it. They think maybe aliens helped them build it, or was part of the reason why it was tore down and rebuilt even bigger. They were trying to appease a god that they seen, something like that. You know,
They thought it was a god, but it was an alien.
yeah, you know.
Sure.
One of them that I actually like this one a lot, and it's another theory that goes to like with the pyramids that they used techniques to build these structures that were based on like vibration, you know, as opposed to just us using just simple physics to move a stone. They were able to harness the energy of the universe a little bit better than we know how, you know, and actually use forms of vibrations to move these structures, you know, because there's a lot of them. Like you said, there's almost 1,000 of these motherfuckers.
There are a lot. Yeah.
And I don't think there's that many Polynesians island.
I don't know. They might have been out there fucking.
Yeah, they might have been out there, you know.
You know.
And like, I mean, they must have been tired of that shit, or they really loved building statues. You know.
Well, they're also vary in size too. Like not everyone's 30 feet tall.
Yeah, very true.
So that's there are
I wonder
levels
if
to
it
this.
was like a competition, like who can build the biggest statue. They start with the small ones, and then they're like, "Ah, man, did you see Ralph's statue? I can build one 10 times bigger than that."
Right, like somebody's over here overcompensating.
Fucking Ralph doesn't even have nipples. Look at him.
Yeah.
What a loser. Another one I like to think about is, so you think of other big stone statues, like Stonehenge.
That's what I was thinking of this whole time, because it's a similar thing about how people like don't understand how it was built.
Yeah.
Actually, that was white people. huh, they actually do question their own stuff sometimes. Look at that.
Yeah. A lot
Equal
of people
opportunity.
do think
Equal
Stonehenge was
opportunity.
aliens.
My bad, Europe.
We got to the bottom of this.
My bad on that one. I need to apologize.
Yeah.
My bad. I done goofed. I
I think they owe
Y'all
you
will goof
one.
again though.
I think they owe you one at this point.
They'll goof again. I guarantee it. We'll tell another story. We'll tell another story about history, and then go into how they fucked somebody else up.
Yeah.
It's fine. But yeah, but you're right though. Stonehenge is definitely one of them. Then they found the wooden one that was built by there, which was pretty interesting.
Oh, yeah.
And like, because there was a settlement they found near that too. It was the whole thing.
Stonehenge is
Yeah.
so cool though too because it's like an ancient like way of telling time and the planets align with it and all this other crazy
really
shit.
cool. You know, and like I said, back then, I think they just had a better understanding of things. It was a lot simpler. So they knew, you know, fucking the sun, if we follow this motherfucker here, the stars mean this.
Yeah,
means
what else
that,
are they
you
gonna
know?
do?
Yeah, they understood that a
I
lot better.
mean, make babies,
Guy's just sitting there
do some farming.
with his like sheep looking at the sun.
Like,
Yeah, because
what was all that about?
we'd have to talk about like megalithic structures on a different episode because there's always like Graham Hancock has his special on Netflix. The I forgot what it's called, but he goes over all these megalithic structures and how there was a big thing that happened 12,000 years ago that wiped everything out, but all these structures still stood there. That's why we're still finding them nowadays. You know,
We've been finding a lot.
yeah,
Recently, especially since we have LiDAR technology and like the ground penetrating sonar, that's like showing us what's underneath a lot of these buildings. Like
Yeah.
we're finding ancient ruins underneath other ancient ruins.
yeah, like cities built, and
Like-
and it's almost as if like when it gets wiped out, they just rebuild it on the same thing,
Right.
Just make it better.
Yeah.
There's a lot of rumor going around about like even like with some of the ancient ruins that we've grown to know now, they weren't the people that built them; they just improved upon them.
Oh yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
So like, especially now that we can see what's underneath them, seeing like, oh my god, there's like more. There's like cities underneath this. Like there's
Yeah.
so much more to these structures, and so
Isn't there something
it's wild.
recently about like now that the polar ice caps are melting, they're finding like evidence of civilizations up there. Like there was like structures and stuff, and it's like, well, they had to have existed like before the ice age.
That would make sense. I haven't heard anything
I feel
like
like
that.
I heard
but
something
Yeah,
about
that
that
sounds kind
recently.
of familiar.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
It definitely makes sense.
Yeah, it's crazy because theories like that are kind of like weird nowadays because like if that's right, that means all the books in academia right now are wrong.
Which isn't new.
No, that's been a thing.
Yeah.
like that's been a problem.
And I think it's just the fact that like, you know, as far as like archaeology and things like that go, like nobody wants to like anybody who's like accredited and established doesn't want to accept theories like this, you know.
Yeah,
kind of
which
a
is
bummer.
pretty wild. I mean, but that's
Yeah.
people's pride.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So pride will be the end of us all, really. So it's unfortunate though because like you're saying, like we have books that need to be updated, but how long is that going to take?
Christopher Columbus has
Department
entered the
of
chat.
The Department of Education
Yeah.
Oh,
needs to
yeah.
enter chat. I have words for them. Waste of fucking money. Anyways, kids are stupider than ever. Fuck we paying y'all for?
That was it.
Dumb as hell. The internet does a better job than you. Step it up.
Yep.
It's actually why we have a podcast.
Yeah.
Because y'all didn't learn this shit in school.
Teachers,
Yeah.
play required taste in your class.
We'll
We
learn.
do.
Yeah.
We say the F word a lot. My bad.
We should do an episode where we try to bleep it out.
Oh, dude.
A family friendly episode.
My hand can't move that fast.
It's just the whole episode. Just boop, 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 the whole
We
fucking
did
time.
one. We did one with Pete where we didn't curse.
Oh, yeah.
You fucked up in the
I
beginning.
tried really hard.
I was like, okay, we shouldn't curse in this episode. Pete's known in high school. Like he's, kind of a neighborhood hero. Everybody likes him.
Yeah.
His parents might listen to this.
He's a family
Kids
guy.
might listen to this.
Yeah.
He's a family dude. It's cool. I'm like, we shouldn't curse. It took like 5 minutes for DJ.
I was like,
Yeah.
once it was out though, I was
You
It
can
was
see
fine.
his blood pressure just rising up into his head.
Yeah, growing up with Christian parents, I was able to. I can go days without cursing if I'm around.
We should
around
try
them.
to like at least
I don't want
censor an episode here and there because if my grandpa could listen to this podcast, he would die happy. He asks me like every day.
Oh,
What's the name? What's the name of your pod? It's about history. He loves history.
Oh,
He's like your
man.
podcast is history, and he's always like so proud of everything that I do, and he just
Oh,
wants to
man.
listen to it so bad. I'm like,
Oh,
you can't,
man.
Grandpa.
Man, we'll have to do an episode where
well,
like,
now we have to.
yeah,
I know.
we'll
For
make
your
it a point
grandfather.
not
For my
to cuss,
grandpa.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need to figure out what his favorite topics are and do an episode of one of his.
think World War II.
Oh, I could nail that.
Oh yeah.
So I'll
about
ask
it.
him. I'll ask him what he wants to hear about, and we'll do a.
Yeah, well,
we'll
was
do
he in
a-
World War II? Did he fight in World War II? Is he that old or is he too young?
No, he fought in the.
I mean, it was a few years afterwards. How old is he?
He is 84.
Then Korean War could have worked.
Yeah,
Yeah.
somewhere in there.
Even that's still kind of tough, though. I don't know. We'll do some math after this.
Yeah, I'll figure.
We'll
it
do
out.
math after,
We'll figure.
after the podcast. We're going to do math.
Yeah,
Because y'all don't need to hear this shit. It's going to be bad. We're going to embarrass ourselves.
I should know this. It's my damn grandfather.
That's actually really big facts. So, like, that
know.
is huge facts.
I know.
I mean, yeah, he might have been in Vietnam, to be honest with you. I mean, even that's not out of the realm.
Yeah, gosh.
I
I
mean-
don't think it was Vietnam. I don't think
He
he.
could be like 75. And I know my uncles were all in Nam, and they're all like in their mid late 70s.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah, we're gonna do some math after this podcast. You don't need to hear that.
No.
Yeah, like that's something that you have to pay for. That's like a Patreon episode.
Yeah.
It's just watching us do math.
Yeah.
So you can
Yeah.
see how stupid we actually
That's
are.
an aftertaste episode.
We'll have to do that where like you guys get drunk and I'll get really high, and we'll try to like we'll
Try
do
to
like
do
we'll like a
math.
speed thing of math.
No, you know what we should do? We should all get like high and try to solve riddles. You ever try to solve a riddle while you're high?
Oh man, I create riddles
I
when
don't.
I'm high.
That makes a
Yeah.
lot of sense. That makes a lot
Yeah.
of sense. For more on these shenanigans, please join us in our aftertaste.
Yeah.
That's on a Patreon. We're going to be starting to post on that more too. We probably have some time. It's about to be holiday season, so we have some
Yeah.
some time here.
It's only $1 a month, guys. Come on.
That's
$1 a
true.
month.
That is true. In other news, we thank you for listening to this episode of Required Taste Podcast, though. If you are new, please give us a like, a follow. If you're old and you don't follow us, for shame. For shame.
For shame.
Disappointed.
But we still like you, though.
We're not mad. We're just disappointed.
Exactly.
Yeah, I guess. Cool.
You get one less forehead kiss.
Yeah. I take it back.
Thanks. Anyways, as always, we do appreciate y'all giving us a listen. Hope y'all enjoyed this episode. As I said before, give us a like and follow on your favorite social media and on whatever listening platform of your choosing. We appreciate you, and y'all be cool.
Have a good one.
Bye.